Hello everyone, this is Dr.P.Syamala from the Department of MBA International Business, Acharya Nagarjuna University. And in previous class we have learnt about e-commerce laws, and this is the continuation of that e-commerce laws. Okay, so in previous class we have learnt about the laws regulations regarding the e-commerce. Okay, and in this class the main act or else the main law which prescribes or else which regulate or else which gives the features for the e-commerce requirements for e-commerce will be studied under Information Technology Act 2000. Okay, so in order to get into registration for e-commerce business, definitely each and every business person has to know about the Information Technology Act and should act according to this IT Act. Okay, so in previous class we have learned about e-commerce, which is nothing but involves carrying on a business with the help of internet by using information technology like electronic data interchange, which is known as EDI. Okay, so it relates to a website of a vendor selling or providing services directly from portal to the customer, from their website portal to the customers. Okay, and if we see about IT Act, okay, so what does this IT Act in India means? The Act provides legal recognition to electronic records, resulting in the growth of e-commerce. Okay, so and digital transactions in India. It has established electronic signatures as the legal equivalent of physical signatures. Okay, means as physically if we enter into contract, what are the obligations, what are the requirements, all are applicable to electronic signature also. Means here it has established electronic signatures as legal equivalent to physical signatures, like physical signatures. Okay, so if we see here what are involved here, means first one is electronic contracts. Okay, see here, this is all an overview regarding this IT Act. Okay, and if we see about this electronic contracts, first one is electronic contracts according to section 10 subsection A. Okay, so what does this electronic contracts means? Electronic contract means it is a contract modeled or specified, executed and deployed by a software system. Okay, so these e-contracts are conceptually very similar to traditional paper-based commercial contracts. Here, vendor presents their products, prices and terms to prospective buyers in their portal. Okay, buyer consider their options, negotiate prices and terms, place orders and make payments here. Okay, so what were the methods of e-contract? Means through electronic mail or email, website, e-contract. Okay, then we will click on those websites, okay, to agree the contract on online. So when we are going to purchase any product, we will enter into their websites and we will click there to agree. Okay, so this is e-contract. And if we see about what does this IT Act do with this electronic contracts means, section 10 of the IT Act 2008 gives legislative authority, okay, or else the validity of electronic contracts. What does this means? Means it says that where in a contract formation the communication of proposals, the acceptance of proposals, offer and acceptance, okay, or else the revocation of proposals, acceptances as the case may be, are expressed in electronic form, okay, or by means of an electronic record. Such contract shall not be deemed to be unenforceable solely on the ground that such electronic form or means was used for that purpose. Here any offer, we all know contract means the requirement is offer and acceptance should be there. Okay, if we see here offer communication of proposal, which is nothing but offer, acceptance of proposal, revocation of proposal, acceptances, anything as the case may be, all are expressed in electronic form, okay, or by means of an electronic record, okay. So this is about the electronic contracts. So validity is given by the IT Act. What does the implications means? E-commerce transactions, including online purchases and agreements, are legally binding, okay. So this IT Act, whichever is online purchase or online sales and purchases agreements are made, all are legally binded under IT Act. Parties involved in electronic contract have the same legal standing as traditional paper-based contract, as we have studied previously, okay. Each and every party who are involved in these electronic contracts, they comes under the IT Act. The legal stand will be binding, and they act similarly as how traditional paper-based contracts have been done, okay. In the same process, all will applicable to this electronic contract also, okay. So here the next comes to digital signatures, okay. So what does these digital signatures means? According to section 3 of IT Act, it provides a legal recognition to these digital signatures also, okay. Means it is giving authenticity and identity of the sender who is sending here, okay. So it is giving the authenticity and identity of that particular sender, that I am sending or else I am giving authentication through this digital signature approval, okay, through electronic records. Means a digital signature is a mathematical technique used to validate the authenticity and integrity of a digital document or message, okay, or software. It is equivalent to handwritten signature or stamped seal, but it offers far more inherent security. So a digital signature is intended to solve the problem of tampering and impersonation in digital communications, okay. So finally, what can we say about this digital signature means? Digital signatures can provide evidence of origin, okay, identity and status of electronic documents, transactions and digital messages. Here signers can also use them to acknowledge informed consent, okay. So this is about the digital signature. Means here for digital signatures, legal recognition is given, okay, by the IT Act. So this is very important, and also here we are able to know the person who is sending, okay, that authentication integrity. It can be known through that digital document or message, which is nothing but the digital signature, okay. Then what were the implications? Means digital signatures are crucial for ensuring the integrity and authenticity, and e-commerce platforms often use digital signatures to secure transactions and documents, okay, rather than on paper based. Here in e-commerce platforms, digital signatures means they are safe and secure, okay. Next one is electronic records and authentication of documents. So after digital signatures, okay, so these digital signatures are in the form of electronic records and authentication of documents. Electronic records refers to information stored in a digital format, okay, encompassing documents, images, emails, databases and other types of data will be provided in these electronic records, okay. So unlike traditional paper records, electronic records exist in a non-physical digital realm, making them accessible through various electronic devices. Okay, so if we want to say what are these electronic records, means it is a data, a documents, images, emails, databases. Okay, and if we see documents, electronic documents, means documents are nothing but, if we want to say correctly, electronic document is a digital signature. It is a mathematical technique used to validate the authenticity and integrity of a message. Okay, for that there will be a special key also. So as far as now, you have to know about what is authentication of document. Authentication of document is nothing but digital signature with electronic records. Okay, so for this also, for electronic records and authentication of documents also, validity is given by the authorities. Okay, so IT Act validates the use of electronic records for various purposes. It also establishes the legal recognition of electronic documents. Okay, so legal recognition of electronic documents, section 5. Okay, so here digital signatures and here electronic records. And what are the implications, means e-commerce business can maintain records electronically, streamlining documentation process. Okay, for the documentation process, electronic records are maintained, and authentication is also given. Authentication is nothing but digital signature here. Okay, authentication of documents means authentication which is nothing but digital signatures. Right, now regulation of certifying authorities. See here, these electronic, see in previous case here, electronic records and authentication of documents is provided here. Okay, so those electronic records are regulation or else the electronic documents, on that who have the authority, who will regulate to give so and so persons that software. Okay, means all these regulations will be given by certifying authorities. Okay, so section 17 to 35 of IT Act regulates certifying authorities that issue digital signatures, who should give digital signatures. Is selected by these certifying authorities. Okay, they will give permission to those companies to for this digital signatures. Okay, issuing of digital signatures. So certifying authorities here plays an important role in ensuring the trustworthiness of digital signatures. And what are the implications? Means certifying authorities are accountable for verifying the identity of individuals or entities, because these digital signatures plays important role. Those issuing digital signature persons or else entities. Okay, we have to check, the certifying authorities should see the proper person, proper entity they are giving permission. So certifying authorities are accountable for verifying the identity of individuals or entities. And e-commerce platforms may collaborate with recognized certifying authorities. So e-commerce platforms they can also collaborate with recognized certifying authorities to enhance the credibility of their digital transactions. Definitely, if at all those platforms has collaboration with these certifying authorities, means definitely it increases their credibility. Okay, then due diligence. What is due diligence? Due diligence of for intermediaries. Here intermediaries are nothing but the platforms. Okay, so here IT Act provides a safe harbor to intermediaries such as e-commerce platforms, protecting them from liability from third-party content posted on their platforms. For example, if we take any Amazon or any other thing, the third parties are also involved in their websites or else their platforms by giving reviews, like some maybe give positive reviews, some may give negative reviews. So these negative reviews may affect their credibility. So protecting them from liability of third party content posted on their platforms will be protected from this IT Act. Okay, so implications are intermediaries are protected from legal repercussions. Means if at all there are any legal obligations arised from customer, means okay, so these intermediaries are protected from all those sort of legal repercussions. Okay, then platforms must adhere to due diligence practices to maintain safe harbor. So due diligence is nothing but what are the requirements, what are the rules and regulations in the IT Act, and they have to comply according to the rules and regulations of the act. And due diligence is fully they have to know about the act and they have to maintain. Then cyber security measures. So under cyber security measures, section 43 of the IT Act, it addresses unauthorized access to computer systems and data. Okay, cyber security is nothing but if not to allow the unauthorized persons to into our computer systems or else the data. Okay, so here it outlines penalties if at all unauthorized access has been done for data breaches also and other security offenses. So here what are the implications means e-commerce business must implement robust security measures to protect customer data and sensitive information. So we can say that this is the main aim for this cyber security measures. Okay, protecting customer data and sensitive information. So unauthorized access or data breaches may lead to legal consequences for non-compliances. If at all there is unauthorized access has been done means definitely legal complications arises, legal consequences has to be faced. If we see e-commerce FDI policy, so what is e-commerce FDI policy? In previous class only we have studied about FDI. Okay, so foreign direct investments by the non-resident Indians. Okay, so the government has established specific guidelines to ensure fair competition, protect consumer interest and promote growth of e-commerce. Okay, fair competition, protect consumer interest and promote the growth of the e-commerce industry. Government established certain specific guidelines. Okay, so in regulating the foreign investments in e-commerce sector. So basically if we want to study means we have market model place and inventory model. Okay, these are the two models. So marketplace model means in marketplace model e-commerce platforms act as intermediaries connecting buyers and sellers. Okay, so the platform facilitates transactions without owning the inventory of goods. Means for example if we see the Amazon it doesn't manufacture the products but it creates a platform, it facilitates transactions between the buyer and the seller. So marketplace model means it doesn't own the inventory of goods but it facilitates transactions between the buyer and seller. So for this case, for marketplace model, how FDI acts means FDI fully permits, that means 100% of FDI is allowed in the marketplace model. And if we see regulations, see 100% FDI model is allowed means government approval is not required. Okay, so regulations means the platform must operate as a pure marketplace and inventory ownership, direct sales or influence over prices is prohibited. Okay, so what were the regulations means all these are the regulations, they are prohibited. Inventory ownership means as I said before, Amazon it doesn't possess the stock, it only act as a facilitator. So this is a regulation on marketplace model, then only FDI 100% is allowed. Likewise pure marketplace only, it should be a marketplace of buying and selling only, no other aspects activities should not be involved. Likewise direct sales, so it is involved buyer and seller only here. Okay, here no influence over the prices also should be there. So these are the regulations regarding the marketplace model under FDI policy. If we see inventory model, so what does inventory model means? Inventory model, e-commerce platform own and sell goods directly to customers. Here there is no owning of goods. Okay, but here the persons in under inventory model, the platform owns and sell goods directly to consumers. Okay, this model involves holding inventory and managing the orders. So FDI is not allowed in the inventory model. Okay, under inventory model, FDI is not allowed. Okay, they are the manufacturers, they are the makers of the product, and they will go for online marketing. Okay, they will buy to the customers directly. So this is the inventory model. The stock is with them. They are the manufacturers. E-commerce platforms with an inventory model are considered as engaging in multi-brand retail trading, which has FDI restrictions. Okay, then FDI restrictions in multi-brand retailing. Okay, so how will be the restrictions under FDI means? Here if we see under FDI cap, multi-brand retail trading. Okay, multi-brand means not a single brand. Multi-brands will be included in this retail trading. So including the inventory model of e-commerce is just a cap of 51% FDI is allowed. Okay, so foreign retailers can have up to 51% equity stake. Okay, they can have 51%, but if they want beyond 51 of the threshold, then government approval is required. Okay, then government approval is required. See, for multi-brand retail trading, FDIs are allowed up to 51% equity stake. If at all they want to invest more than 51%, then government approval is required. So under this, if at all FDI beyond 51% is required means, under this there is a mandatory. What is that mandatory means? Local sourcing of at least 30% from Indian suppliers they have to take. Okay, so 30% of Indians should be involved in that. Okay, so this is the restriction. If we go for single brand retailing allows 100%. Okay, FDI under the automatic route, meaning no government approval is required. Okay, finally cash and carry wholesale trading. Okay, so cash and carry means we are giving cash and carrying the goods. So cash and carry wholesale trading involves wholesale trading of goods through a membership based model. Okay, so what is this? FDI permits 100% FDI is allowed in cash and carry wholesale trading under the automatic route. What are the restrictions? Retail sales to end customers are prohibited. The focus is on serving business customers such as retailers, traders and other business. Here under this membership based model, direct sales to end consumers are prohibited. Only between the retailers, traders and other businesses are allowed. For this 100% FDI is allowed. Okay, so this is the cash and carry wholesale trading. Okay, so meaning in itself is there, wholesale trading. This is only wholesale, retailers, traders and other businesses. Here no directly giving end consumers. So intellectual property issues, what are these? We all know intellectual property issues are nothing but the trademarks, copyrights, etc. for their products or text or symbols or anything. Okay, so when India has a well-defined legal and regulatory framework for the protection of these IP rights, yet completely updated laws for complete efficiency in the virtual world need to be there. Okay, so for instance, there is no set law to prevent domain name deception. So we have studied all these in the trademarks, copyrights. Okay, all these issues means for specifically except these for the domain name or deception, for something, for some cases only we have particularly laws, but we need to update more laws regarding these intellectual property issues. Okay, then jurisdiction issues is nothing but the territorial issues. Okay, so what are these territorial issues means? There is dearth of Indian case law on the subject of jurisdiction in the e-commerce industry. Okay, so the occurrence of several transactions make dispute resolution difficult, particularly in the B2C sector. Many local statutes, laws in general allow for a long-arm jurisdiction, which means that execution of such local laws has extraterritorial application If an act or omission has certain illegal or unfavorable effects within the country's territory, means see if at all there are any cases arised. Okay, so how to resolve those cases means if at all it doesn't comes under the jurisdiction, also execution of such cases may be taken by the local laws has extraterritorial application. Okay, so if an act or omission has been done and it is under illegal or unfavorable effects within the country's territory, it will be taken up by the local laws. Okay, so this is all about the IT Act in a brief. Okay.